going to be huge. Not only are you moving inside teams, you're going underneath these chasms, valleys, big bridges of ice above you. Movement here is going to be so tricky. So many mats are going to have to be used. 5th place already down, so more teams can try to come around. I mean, it's just game 2. You can still make a name for yourself on the leaderboard, but the terrain you have to traverse this time is almost impossible. We don't see winter zones often in the EU, and when we do, Levin, it is catastrophic for so many teams.
Yeah, it's such a weird area to traverse, like you said, just because of the different changes and elevations you get.
Oh, huge for Hedra here. I mean, doesn't have Dexy by his side, but still alive and might be able to find a few mats. This might just be Dexy's body, though. I don't see any other mats either. He will have zone for now. Those mats have actually slid down. Hopefully it's a lot to keep him going. Curb on the back. I mean, how do you even get through that portion of the zone? Vadil's not going to be able to make it. He goes down to Anchor, who is still hunting people on the shady stilt side of things. And yeah, now everyone has to move down again. So all these people who thought they had the dead side locked in and didn't use as many mats and stayed on the north keep getting max zone after max zone after max zone. Tripper doesn't make it. Trades out with Misha, but he might be able to just get picked up. It's just the knock, Gold, and Anchor, who we saw push box after box after box, are still down on Search.
This is so tough. Every team we search to is just shambles on Search.
I feel like I'm a doomsday reporter. You know what I mean? Like,
this is just no good news.
I don't see a single team in an amazing position. Even the ones who are good are taking trades. And once you have a little bit of a sight of the sky, you're getting beamed again. You just see broken shields. You can't even see clouds. I mean, you might be able to dream about them in game 3. That's exactly what Gold's going to be doing. His Anchor does get a bit of a trade. He'll have some points to keep him moving, but this is just tough. Still 100 below.
Yes, it doesn't get much better. it really does not. Of course, for Anchor, he really will hope it can, because with what he has in inventory and material-wise, things aren't too bad. It's just the positioning and the surge that's been the issue. Gonna pop this slurp, and of course the splashes will help him in getting towards the safe zone. In worst case scenario, if people do start shooting, he has more than enough materials to build his way in. Even then, been able to cheap out a little bit, but finally the spray starts to come through.
Rift Island still in the zone, and I believe there is a duel up there.
Yeah.
And the verticality, the pressure from the skies right now, I mean, this is rain that does damage. And Anchor's not going to be able to keep it going. They'll be hide on bush, and we're stashed that stop him in his tracks.
Savage is still up. We saw Vadil going down earlier, and he wants to go up to the Rift Island. I can't blame him. There might be some spare loot for him there. Cammy and Say, you're going to opt to go underneath it, though. They don't want any of those problems, and of course, you can always expect to find them on the dead side of zone.
It's Thomas and Malabuka who are up here, and looks like are just CEOs running the lobby, trying to find a way to get towards that launch pad. It's going to cost them so much. I mean, that's basically all you hear is to be able to work with the zone. We'll be able to get in. That's right into the sight lines of Mappy up top, who has that ultimate height. Malabuka low HP. Thomas HD has to get right beside him, and does. Segmented layers, but they're looking good.
That was really nicely done, especially from Thomas, not to get tagged up by anyone as he moved through the stack of Malabuka. I should say, can now just lead the way, and he will follow. This team is one of the few teams we've been able to look at, and they do look strong. They do look like they have what it takes to win this game.
This is where Thomas has to go big now, though, right? Malabuka's got him to this point. It's time to act, get that big damage, see what's good. Resguard Tripper, though, been a little bit, you know, stumbling over their feet, fight after fight, a little bit of big trades on health, but now it's all about taking shots together. They're so good sticking side by side. Resguard is slipped out to his own portion in zone, but has done enough damage. Lost, although, on the side of Tripper, and I talked about how good they are sticking together. This time, it's not going to be possible.
Fighting on ice, it's so difficult. You saw him slipping and sliding, couldn't really find much control in his movement, and that will cost him. Trippin didn't want to fight, though. He just wanted to run to zone, and it's kept him alive in the game.
This is trouble for everyone, though, as you see the map actually pulling up. Trippin goes down, so he won't have to deal with this doomsday scenario. Thomas, AC, Malabuka, they're staying sky high. All these people below them on a timer and on pressure, too, as Cammy gets beamed down by Malabuka.
They might need to get one of these bodies, though, that has fallen. You can see there the mats. He's looking at them, he's eyeing them, but he sees the players as well. Because ultimately, at some point, they're going to have to make a decision. Do they go high? Do they go low?
Mammoth Pistol misses, but the plan is still looking absolutely pristine. Bevy's lost his wings, but he's going to be able to still keep a little bit of flight in this game. 0 seconds on the Med Mist, has some slap splashes. It's going to be good for now. No mats. Just a chance, a gun, a vision for him and destruction in front of him. Two different duos on one side, 185 on the other. Malibuca stopped, and Thomas as well. This man is the ultimate machine. Bevies can't be slowed down.
Again, they take them out, but this time it's Bevies all alone. How has he managed to do it? In this game, 4 elims. These guys are on an absolute roll, no matter who you put in front of them.
Oh.
They seem to keep it going, finally put to an end. But what an end it was. Hyde and Bush and Mustache still on height. And there looked like the team set up perfectly. Seti missing Cammy desperately. Can't even get moments to get his shields off. Finally will hide behind this metal wall. But this is really not the kind of game they would have wanted. They would have wanted to be here together. Now he just has to make it.
Let's see, Grippe on the other side, absolutely just torn down from a drop. And after that, Mustache out on Bush are going to be doing the same thing. Looking at Swizzy the exact same way. 2v2v2 for the moment. The last team, kind of see on the backside, it's two different solos. It's Slove and Seti. Seti absolutely ripped apart. Mustache has all the angles.
Mustache doing exactly what he's... win here in the FNCS.
They're blacksmiths right now, letting the metal actually heat up and then absolutely cool down. Mustache is there to clang it down again. Slove gone away. It's about to be the time to build a masterwork weapon here. A victory in game number 2. They're just breaking apart build after build and want that angle safely down below. Hot on Bush able to just absolutely get the best spot up top. Everyone else will just melt down. Mustache will find him first though. Future trying to heal off. Mustache on the backside. Big beat, 180. What is this man on? And again, he can just end the game himself. We don't need heals when you have Mustache playing like that.
Jason was ready for the heal off, but Mustache said, nah, we're ending this game right now. I ain't got time to waste. Let's jump into game 3. That's what he wants to do. What an end to that. All of those elims there, all of them you could add to a highlight reel. He was popping up 180s here, there, and everywhere. Mustache is on a whole different level.
They say his arm has its own brain when it's the end game. Mustache is just nuts when it comes to these situations. I feel like he thought he didn't even have a teammate at this point. It's just about him surviving, thriving, and making sure he wins this game.
Absolutely unbelievable from that team. I think the big thing about them, the Cash Cup this week, they were so close to winning it. People were going, hold on a minute, you've thrown this Cash Cup. It was an easy win for you. But when I was watching them, it was clear to me they were practicing height takes, practicing the timings to be able to play high ground. And here in game number 2 of the Grand Finals, look where they are, up on height. The practice has paid off, and they're winning games. Are they going to go for it? They won Major 1, came second Major 2. It looks like they want to come back around and win Major 3.
It might just be it, but they have Titans to take down. I mean, Bevies can't be stopped. Thomas HD, Malibuca also staying alive game after game. So many storylines. We need a whole desk to break it down, so let's toss straight to them.
Shio11, thank you very much. Game 2 is in the books, and the big hitters came out swinging, Mini.
Yeah, they did. That was a crazy end game, something that just had so many twists and turns. And finally, we had a snowy zone.
We did. Levin's list, tick it off.
Tick it off. I mean, that's our one for the weekend. There you go. That's
yeah.
Getting out of the way early on. But now I'm sure Mustache and Hyde on Bush, they did a phenomenal job to close that one out. And like Levin and Shai were talking about, it didn't even need to go to a heal off at the very end there. It was just Mustache, Hyde on Bush. They snuck their way up onto Hyde. As soon as they noticed that iDrop and Mappy managed to fall from Hyde because they didn't necessarily have the build, is what I would have to assume, why we saw them start dropping in their layers. And Mustache did an excellent job at finding those refreshes.
Yeah, we've seen this team on hype before, and here we see it again, perfectly played, keeping on applying that pressure. And even going into this Grand Finals, a lot of people wouldn't have expected them to do well, because of course they were originally landing at that Secluded Spire drop, but they thought, you know what, let's just get back to normal, let's just get back to what we know. And this zone, when landing at North Slappy, is a perfect zone for them. Of course, we have to talk about Mustache there at the end.
Yeah, no, it was just beautifully played, because you would expect that there would have to be at least a little bit of heal-off possibility there. I mean, Tayson had the full setup. He had his legendary Slurp Juice primed, ready to go. He also had some great positioning with the way that moving zone started pulling back over those icy hills. And again, just not a necessity, because Mustache just goes for the 1v2 opportunity and takes it.
I mean, all you can ask from your player when you're getting them to drop down is just maybe take out one. Maybe do a little bit of damage and I can heal off at the top if